What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Durant, and we're here to talk more Celtics basketball as the trade rumors are starting to heat up with the trade deadline popping up. We're here to talk Celtics, JJ Redick. JJ Redick, the rumors are going around that he's available, and the Pelicans are making calls. And deservingly so. JJ Redick has not played well for them. He hasn't started a single game for them this year. He's shooting 30% from the three-point line. He's averaging a career low. Well, I'm not going to say career low, but he's averaging a low in the past 10 years, 7.9 points per game, 8 points per game. He's just not looked like himself. He's 36 years old. His contract is pretty expensive. It would take up half of the trade player exception that we have to bring this guy in. And I'm just kind of out. I'm out. I don't want a JJ Redick at this point in his career where he is declining as a shooter. He's declining as a player in general. He's 36 years old. His deal is pretty expensive. I'm good. I feel like there are better options than JJ Redick out there than this current version of him. 3 years ago when he was with Philly, averaging about 17 points a game, of course I would wanted that JJ Redick at 33 years old. Of course I wanted that player so bad when they traded him and they moved, well, not traded him, when they let him walk in free agency. I wanted him when he's a free agent. But this JJ Redick, no, I'm good. I'm just not interested unless it's for cheap, unless it's for a second round player, or I'm sending you Tremont Waters in exchange. That's the only reason I would probably take on JJ Redick. But the only role he would fill is the same role that they're trying to get Aaron Nesmith to fill, and that's the only role, to come off the bench and to shoot the ball and be that type of player. But he's not even shooting the ball well at this point. Of course you would take JJ Redick over Aaron Nesmith right now, but for how much longer? Aaron Nesmith can start to light the world on fire in March. We don't know, and that'll be better. I think, is it crazy for me to say that Aaron Nesmith could, we don't know what the future holds, but is it crazy for me to say that Aaron Nesmith can average eight points per game 1 month and just get hot? That's real. That can happen. And you're going to choose that option over a 36-year-old JJ Redick, who isn't giving much. He isn't giving much right now. And I'm not in on any, crazy trade that everyone's talking about. They should trade Kemba for Lonzo Ball and JJ Redick. Why would I give you Kemba for that? Why would I bail them out? No, your players are not playing well, so I will give you cheap for them. I'm going to give you a second round pick for Alonzo Ball. I'll give you 2 second round picks for Alonzo Ball. I am not trading players for Alonzo Ball, who is going to be a free agent this offseason, who's not playing well in their system. I'm not going to pay them for that. Why should I pay them for them bringing in a player that's not performing? Same thing would go for JJ Redick. Why would I overpay for a player that's not performing? You guys have got to start to think a little bit more reasonably when it comes to trades. Why would we give up Kemba Walker for that? Kemba Walker's playing bad, but of course the Pelicans would rather have Kemba Walker than Lonzo Ball and JJ Redick. Of course they would. But why? Honestly, the upside with Kemba Walker, I would rather stick with him than just trade Kemba, just to trade him for Lonzo Ball and JJ Redick. These are two players that are kind of underperforming guys right now. And the only reason I want Lonzo Ball is for him to be a six man. I've said it already. I don't think he's an NBA starter in the league anymore. I think that he could be a really good six man on his team. Same for JJ Redick. I don't really think JJ Redick is a starter in the NBA anymore. I think he comes off the bench and he plays well for you, and he gives you spot minutes, and he can shoot down an open three. He spaces the floor for you. That's the only role he will bring to this team. He sucks defensively. He's not shooting well right now. Hopefully, if he were to come into this building, he would start to turn it around a bit. But as of right now, no, he's not shooting well. JJ Redick isn't shooting well. I'm not overpaying for JJ Redick. I'm not sending anything of that much value for JJ Redick. The only purpose that they want to send JJ Redick out for is to get off his contract, guys. They're not trying to really bring anything viable back. They don't expect to. They want to get off this contract. This young Pelicans team is losing. So what do you do? What is the point of having an expensive contract like him? What is the point of having Alonzo Ball on his team? Try to get something off of him because he's walking in free agency. You don't want him back. You want to upgrade that position. You want Kira Lewis to get way more minutes. So why would you bring Alonzo Ball back? this is the purpose of why they're doing it. So when you understand the purpose of why they're sending these players away, why would you bail them out by sending them a really good player, a former all-star? I'm not doing that. I'm sending these guys second round picks. I'm sending these guys rotational players. I'll send them back Javonte Green. I'll send you back something like that. I probably wouldn't even send Javonte Green for JJ Redick. I'd send Javonte Green for Lonzo Ball, but not for JJ Redick. No, JJ Redick has not played well enough. He hasn't. And Javonte Green at least gives me effort on defense, and I can depend on him defensively. I'm more about defense than I am about JJ Redick's 8 points per game. I will buy really good defense over that production on offense. I would much rather have a really good defender than have 8 points per game and a really bad defender. That's not helping our team. That's making it worse. We're already having defensive issues. It's going to be really hard to find minutes for a 36-year-old JJ Redick. So that's why I'm kind of out on the idea of signing JJ Redick. I don't think the Celtics should trade for JJ Redick. He's washed. I mean, at this point, I think we can say it, right? He just doesn't look really well. He's 36 years old, and that's okay. He's 36 years old. That's what I'm saying. Like, his play is matching his age. That is like LeBron James is breaking barriers. LeBron James is, creating a new mode. It's LeBron James. So I feel like we should start to understand this is how a 36-year-old should actually look in the NBA on the tail end of his career. That is how they actually look, like JJ Redick. How JJ Redick looked, that is how a normal NBA player looks on the tail end of their career. And I'm not paying the Pelicans for that. I want Lonzo Ball. And I've made that very simple. I want Lonzo Ball. And everyone thinks that if we trade for Lonzo Ball, that's it. No, Lonzo Ball will be cheap. We will only have to trade a couple second round picks, and then we can continue to try and find another player to trade for. I will make more videos about other players we should trade for, but it shouldn't just stop at Lonzo Ball. I feel like we should trade for Lonzo Ball. I feel like we should trade for PJ Tucker also. I feel like we should trade for Aaron Gordon and see what's wrong with him, but he's hurt right now. But not right now. Let's figure out how he looks after he comes back from whatever injuries he's dealing with. But again, we don't have to just trade for one player, guys. We can trade for multiple players. This player exception we can fill with multiple contracts. And I feel like we should use that opportunity this year because the offseason that we had is not looking that good. It isn't looking that good, and we have to make a move. Hopefully we do make a move. And this video is stretching a little bit long, so I'll go ahead and wrap it up, guys. As always, like, comment, and subscribe. Peace.